What's up, guys? Tony here from LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com. Let's see here. Just want to say thanks for joining today. We're going to be talking about wet sanding versus dry sanding. And if you're totally newbie tuning in for the first time, or if you've been on before, let me know. Type in the chat, say what's up. We're going to be handling your auto body questions as well. So, as you know, we're going to be painting these mirror caps. Okay. I got like very nice clear coated mirror caps. Okay, you can see that we're sanding it. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, bro? Hope all is well. So when I sand, okay, base coat, clear coat, like if you have a brand new car, okay, and it has a beautiful shine paint job like this, you could literally just sand it down and paint right on top of it. What's up, Lewis? Okay, so clear coat is an excellent foundation to spray right on top of. You could spray single stage on top of it. You could spray base coat, clear coat. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You don't need to prime it because your clear acts as the best foundation. Okay, it's like sealer. It's pretty much sealer. Great, almost done with the metal work on the E30. Should be able to start body filler tomorrow. Awesome, bro. Bro, send some pictures, man. Send some pictures. You know what I'm going to do, guys? Since I don't really hang out on Facebook more, what's up, Izzy? Since I don't hang up, what I'm going to be doing in the next, probably when I get off today, I'm going to be creating a Discord group for all of us. Discord. So get Discord if you don't have it. I'm going to create a group where we can all like upload photos, videos. I'm going to post these streams up and we could just all interact there. And it's really, really cool. Like Discord, like I'm in a couple of Discords myself for my trading groups. But Discord literally just looks like this. Okay. And then we just basically talk about charting all day, blah, blah, blah. And I want to have one in here where we just do auto body. All right. So I'm going to set that up and I'll send you guys the links. So if you're not subscribed at LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com, subscribe here, get on the newsletter, and I'll email you the brand new Discord link as soon as it goes live. Shit, did I put that in there correctly? Yeah. One sec, guys. All right. Much love from Wichita, Kansas. Keep up the hard work, bro. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. So, do you wet sand or dry sand? I always gravitated toward wet sanding because it keeps dust down. Your sandpaper lasts longer. Okay, you can see I started dry sanding. You can see how it cakes up on the sandpaper. I'm just using a small little foam pad here, nothing crazy, right? You don't even need a pad. Okay, if you're doing something this small, hand parts, you could just basically fold your paper in half like this, right? And then basically just use your palm sand it. It's probably the best way, better than using that pad. Actually, I like it like this better. Okay, and you can see that what you want to basically get to, and I always said this in my VIP videos, my videos 15 years ago, you want to get it flat. And what do I mean by flat is taking this little texture off, this orange peel. It's not, I wouldn't even call this orange peel. This is just like the basic paint texture on clear coat. Okay, orange peel is a lot worse than that. But you want to get it flat so it looks matte like this, and this is your perfect, right in here, this is your perfect flat surface that you're going to put your brand new paint on. Okay, you don't want to be painting it over this. I mean, you could be painting it if it got like this. You could do it. Okay, but I like to make sure I have a nice flat surface to paint on. So dry sanding versus wet sanding. Dry sanding, it's easier to see what you're cutting. You're going to be able to see this a lot easier. Because once you wet it, it's very hard to see. That's the only downfall. That's why I keep a chamois with me. If I'm doing wet sanding, I'll keep a chamois and I'll basically just chamois it when I think it's pretty, cut down. If I missed a couple of areas that look like this, I'll just give it a couple more strokes, right? You don't want to stroke it too much. because you know what happens when you do that. So pretty simple. Wet sanding, your paper is going to last a lot longer. You're not going to cake up like that. Dry sanding, you can see, and it cakes up. So, I mean, I'm just going to do a little bit right here. I don't want to get my computer all dusty, but we'll like hit this spot up in here. Look, use your palm. Palm's the best because it's nice and flat. And you kind of want to go. And your palm is great because once you get into these curved areas, right, you can easily just go like this. You don't want to sand with your fingers like this and just keep going in one area because you're going to create a couple of dips in there. You don't want to do that. Okay? And once it's flat like that, you're pretty much good to go. Okay? Wet sanding, same thing. I got a little, I'll just wet my paper here. Is it too dark in here? Should I turn the light on? Let me turn the light on. I'll get to your questions in a bit, guys. Right after I just show you this wet sanding, I'll get to your questions. One sec. Give me some feedback, guys, and let me know if the Discord is good, if you guys are liking that Discord idea. Also, is this a good time to stream at? I'm still trying to figure out the best times to stream. Is later better for you guys? I know it's like 8 p.m. Okay, so here's another cap, brand new. I'll just wet sand it. And what you'll notice is, I mean, you can still see it, but you'll notice that if you're not cutting down correctly, the water is still going to beat up like that. Okay, once you start cutting it, look, I'll just go a little bit more. You're going to see all the milky clear coat start to milk up, right? I always preferred wet sanding versus dry sanding. Okay, I'm going to dry this off on my pants super quickly. It cuts really quick. Here I am blowing it. Okay, and you get a nice flat surface. Pretty simple. Super simple. It'll take you like 3 minutes to sand both of these down. Okay, so that's the difference with wet sanding. I think you get a cleaner cut, less mess, no dust, especially if you don't feel like wearing a mask for a couple of hours. But sometimes you have to, right? When you're doing body work, you got to put a mask on. Primary, you got to put a mask on. But a demo like this is perfect because I don't have to put a mask on. I could just go ahead and sand it. Look how easily, look how quickly those couple of strokes cut all that down. I mean, you can see it. Just by doing that a little bit. Wet sanding to me, I've been doing this since I was like 12 years old. So, and I grew up, wet sanding pretty much. Okay, wet sand the whole car, paint it at night. That's what I used to do. So that's pretty much it. Super simple. Okay, so you could do either or, dry sand or wet sand. I prefer wet sand. And I'm going to get these things prepped up later. We'll take some videos. I have full-length videos on YouTube soon. I'm going to start the body work on my wing probably on Friday. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow, I got too many things to do. Friday, we'll probably start the body work on this and paint it on Saturday. 3-tone. It's going to be 3-tone. And then I'll put 2-way tape under here and basically mount it. So I'm also going to sand all in here because you can see these areas in here. This is where your 2-way tape is going to lay across in here, right? And up in the back part here. I'm going to sand all this too, and we're going to prime it and we're going to paint it because we want it glossy. So when we put our 2-way tape, we're sticking glossy to glossy, right? Glossy paint job on the car. We're going to actually even wipe the top of the trunk down with reducer to take off any wax or whatever is on the car. Make sure we have a good sticky surface, clean surface. So when we 2-way tape it and stick it on, it ain't going to go anywhere. Okay. I don't think I have to put screws in it. It has a very good sit to it. So I'm probably just going to 2-way tape the sucker and it should be good. All right. And we're going to 3-tone this thing. So that's pretty much it. Not much body work on here, just some sanding. I'm going to probably take it down with like a 120, 150, the whole thing. And then put 2-3 heavy coats of 2K filler primer. Cut that down, and then we're ready for paint. Super simple. Doesn't even need sealer. Okay, you don't need sealer. And we talked about sealer a couple days ago. So type in the chat, guys, if you have any auto, body, and paint questions. We'll do your questions right now. Hope if you have any questions on what I just talked about, let me know. And that's pretty much it. Type in the chat, guys. Don't forget to like the video. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And it'll be great. Cool. Let's see. Do you have any tips for painting steel rims? I'm using PPG shop line and planned on 2K primer, then base, then clear. Just wondering if the heat will cause any issues. No, you're fine, dude. You're fine. You're not going to have any problem. All of the rims that you see, all painted rims that you see is pretty much base coat, clear coat. It's not a special paint. If you're doing engine block, then yeah, I would just use heat paint, enamel heat paint. But I've done valve covers with base coat, clear coat. Pretty much, for the years that I had the cars, I never had any issues. Maybe in 10 years, they'll start to peel and chip. But I've never had problems painting some valve covers with base coat, clear coat. The engine block itself, you can still base and clear it. What did you get? 500 degrees. It is what it is, but you're not going to have any problems with rims. And I do plan on doing the rims on my Tesla in the coming months. Probably like a black or gunmetal, something like that. So hopefully this answers your question, Benny. Let me know if that helped. And guys, for all you newbies just tuning in, don't forget to hit up learnautobodyandpaint.com in the links below. Check the replay to get on the newsletter. You're going to get some free guides. Check out the VIP area. I invite you. And also, I'm creating a Discord group soon where we can all upload pictures and videos and interact. Be cool. It'll be a cool spot. I live in Kapolei. A Kupuna neighbor tried to spray can silver. The easy part is the overspray. There are spots, runs, and too much paint in a spot. I told him to get assorted sandpaper. Yeah, so to knock down the overspray and start over. Yep. Basically, you got to start all over. If you're doing any rattle can stuff and you screw up and you got runs and all that, sand it back down. 400 grit's a good grit to take the paint down and to repaint it. Okay. Lastly, wondering if you can re-clear aluminum wheels after the original clear is flaking off. Not sure how to prep aluminum wheels to bring them back to life. So yes, you can re-clear aluminum wheels. You're just going to have the best thing to do with aluminum is to polish them, obviously. You're going to have to sand and sand and sand and sand to a finer grit. You could even get down to 2000 grit. But you shouldn't be clearing over 2000 grit, because polished aluminum wheels should just be left alone polished. If you're going to clear coat over them, you're going to want to at least have an 800 grit sand scratch on it. It'll fill some of it, but you might see some brushed aluminum look if you clear that. I've done it a while ago. I haven't done it recently, but yeah, you want at least an 800 grit over aluminum wheels. So, just be sure that you're sanding in a nice, even way, so maybe your brush goes around this way and just, be careful. But the best way I think is to polish, but man, polishing aluminum is a job and a half. Hopefully that helps, Benny. It's a silver Rogue and he scratched up 5 different panels. He did get paint match can. I told him to get a new can. The one he spit out drops and clear coat. Silver is the hardest to blend. Yeah, silver is pretty hard to blend, especially with aerosol cans, because you're limited on pressure. And sometimes the tips on those things suck. They get clogged up easy. They're cheap cap tips, So I like using conventional spray guns, when spraying any types of metallics, pearls, flake. I'll just use my Atom X spray gun. in Kapolei now. Yeah, it used to be in Eva. How are you liking Kapolei? Florida. What's up, Lewis? Thanks for the info. Good, good, good. Time going live. Perfect. Done cutting grass. Now chilling, watching you on the porch. Awesome, Rodrigo. Where are you located again? Are you in Texas? I plan on wet sanding the overspray with 1,000, then 400 on the bad paint. Guys, type in the chat super quickly where all of you guys are tuning in from. I'm curious. You ever try this coconut water? It's so good. It's like one of the best coconut waters on Costco, actually. Stuff is really good. I love this stuff. Okay. Hey, Tony. I painted my friend's bumper spraying 2 coats of clear. A month later, it was getting a lot of rock chips. What did I do wrong? Was it quality of clear coat, or should I flow coat for durability? Well, I mean, rock chips are inevitable. You're going to get rock chips on any paint job, pretty much. I mean, especially if you're flying 80 miles an hour all the time, you're going to get rock chips. No matter if you put flex agent in it, you're still going to get rock chips. So, I mean, if you could add flex agent to your clear coat next time, to give it that, but the film is supposed to protect that. I don't know if you want to put the film on it, the clear film. It's another thing you could do. But I mean, I got rock chips in front of my Tesla, and I sprayed that about a year ago. Capolei's kind of nice. I got a view of Diamond Head. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I don't think you did anything wrong, bro. I don't think you did anything wrong. Like fiberglass, if you sprayed a fiberglass bumper cover, fiberglass is very hard. So, if a rock hits the paint, you're going to chip. It's normal to get chips in fiberglass body kits, actually, versus a polyurethane, a plastic bumper cover. Glen Rock, Wyoming. Wow. I heard it's beautiful up in Wyoming. Let's see. Any other auto body and paint questions, guys? Let me know in the chat. And then let me know if you guys like that Discord idea. Would you guys join Discord just to keep track of projects in the summer? In the winter, it gets cold as hell, right? So yeah, I'm lucky these things are pretty easy to take apart. Like, no problem. I thought I was going to have to take the door panels off and all that. But I just did a quick little YouTube search. How to take mirror covers off on a Fiat 500. And it was like, luckily we had those clips. Sometimes you can't get to it. You got to take the whole mirror off and then screw with it. But yeah, these are going to be a beautiful red. And yeah, can't wait to get this car fixed up and done. It'll look amazing. Toronto, Canada. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So any other auto body and paint questions, guys? So if this time zone is working, then maybe I'll start streaming a little bit later every day. Because I know a lot of people in the PM, they just come on later, they got more time, after work and all that. Use 1,000 or 1,500 on owners. I don't want to go through the clear coat. So yeah, if you're going to be buffing that overspray, I mean, you could use a clay bar if it's all over some nice clear coat parts of the panel that you're not going to retouch. I would just use a clay bar. Get some dish soap, watered down in a spray bottle, a couple of drops in a spray bottle. And basically, the clay bar will take overspray off. Then you probably don't even have to buff. But if you're going to be buffing it, then 1,500 grit to wash it off, and then 2,000 grit it, and then buff it. It depends on how bad it is. If it's very bad, then I would go 1,500. If it's pretty light, then 2,000 grit. Just wash it down, take the overspray off, and then hit it with your buffer. Yep. All right, I'm going to post a link, guys. Don't forget to sign up to the newsletter at learnautobodyandpaint.com. So yeah, I'm just going to be here. I'm just going to be here. I'll sand these things down. I'll just sand this down quick. Let me know if you have any auto body and paint questions. We'll get you covered. I'll be on for another 10 minutes, give or take. Go like this. And it's good to, use your palm of your hand when sanding because you could just go like that. Super easy. Some people like to put soap in here, but it's not necessary because you rarely cake up your sandpapers when you're wet sanding. Now, if you want to put a dash of soap in, you can, but you don't have to. Pretty much it. Okay, when you think you got it, we'll let it dry and we'll see what it looks like. But I mean, essentially, this is what it's going to look like when it's cleared, right? You see your water. As long as you don't have spots where the water is not beating, that means you got it, right? So this is pretty much what it's going to look like after you clear coat it. Any other questions, guys? I did some pretty cool two-tone on my Tacoma mirrors that I haven't even uploaded yet, but I made some basic mirrors like two-tone with black, and they came out really, really nice. It's like a cool touch. I've got surface rust on a quarter panel from exposure to the soft air, sand and or a wheel to get it off completely. Remove pitting. Yeah, so depending on how bad the surface rust is, be easier if I can see what it looks like. But pretty much all you got to do is just sand it down. Maybe a 120 grit, 150 grit. I don't know how bad it is. And then you could spray 2K filler primer right on top of it. If you wanted to use epoxy primer, you could. But a 2K filler primer will cover that right up. If it's really bad, I would just mix a little bit of vinegar water, maybe in a gallon of water like this, just throw 3 capfuls of vinegar. And after you're done sanding, just wash the panel down with it. So the vinegar basically kills the rust. And then hit it again with some sandpaper before you prime it. It's pretty much it. Yo, what's up, Gareth Wynn? I guess Facebook is working. Is this thing live on Facebook right now? Because I tried hooking it up, and it was it said it wasn't hooked up properly. What's up, Gareth? Yeah, just sanding these things down with 400 grit wet sand, getting these caps ready to blast red this weekend. Yeah, it is, but no notification. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the notification. Like, is there a setting that you gotta like? It's funny because it looks like there's some red. I don't know if that was primer or what. But if you bleed through like this, guys, don't worry about it. Your base coat's going to basically cover it. Just don't load it on this section because you might bite because you're going into raw plastic here. All right. So just, when you spray, you just go lightly in the beginning and then you see how it lays on and then you just keep coating it. I'm going to have videos on all this stuff anyway. Pretty much done. Pretty much ready for some fresh base coat. That's it. Super simple. Okay, and we're going to prep the spoiler the same way once it's primed up. Okay. Just got to figure out. I think we're good. We could just rest them on the table like that and spray it because we have this lip here. Right? What you also want to do is make sure you scuff the lip up. I missed that. So you just basically, you grab your sandpaper like that, right? And you just basically use your fingernail and you just like give it one hit. That's it. Just to take the dirt and grime out and just to make sure that your paint's not going to flake off over there. Right? That's all you got to do. Just go around it, hit that, hit the edge. Make sure you hit the edge. Done. Okay. Pretty simple. Actually, let me do the other one. This way I don't forget. I don't need epoxy for the spot, just a 2K primer. Yeah, a 2K primer will be fine. Like, what are you sanding? A fender, a hood? You don't need, as long as you kill the rust with some vinegar water, you don't need to epoxy it. Okay, you could just spread the 2K right over that and you'll be fine. Okay, it will seal it. I'm good, brother. Just chilling. I done my spray out yesterday and put it up on VIP to see how it was going to come out. Awesome, man. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. I'll be on for a couple more minutes. If you have any last minute auto body questions, let me know. And if you guys are liking this, let me know also. Like, should I keep doing these like 5 days a week or because I'm thinking next week to cut them down to 3 days a week. But I don't mind. As long as we got people on here to have questions, I'll do it. All right, guys. Any other questions? I'd say 3 days. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like Tuesday, Thursday, Friday nights, or Tuesday or Monday. I don't know. I'll figure it out. This way I don't have to be on here so much. Any other last minute questions, guys? If not, I'll see you tomorrow around the same time. And let me know if you got any other last minute questions. As far as guides, I don't know. I don't have any ideas of guides that I want to put up, but I have put up 9 cheat sheet guides in the past 2 weeks. And again, you can download all that at learnautobodyandpaint.com. Yeah, I moved back to Hawaii, man. You need some time for you and your family. I'm with my family all the time. So yeah, I have a lot of time with my family. That's great, right? You're welcome, Benny the Bull. You're welcome. You're welcome. I moved back to Hawaii. Yes, I did. Can't beat the weather. Four to 1 clear versus 2 to 1 clear. From your perspective, what is better? I mean, it depends, man, on like your budget, it depends on the brand. I mean, clear coat is clear coat. I've sprayed both and they both come out great. But normally the clear coats I get is 4-1. You get a gallon with a quart of hardener, 4-1. I haven't used a 2-1 clear in a while. So yeah, I don't know what brand you're spraying. Nights are the best. Yeah, nights are better. I mean, I can actually stream later actually because it's 2:30 p.m. here. But I don't want to go too late because I get busy here, during the evenings. And if I start streaming at 7 my time or 8 p.m. my time, that's like, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on East Coast Central Time. Two to one is usually more expensive. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know what brand you're spraying, Ricardo, what paint you're using, but yeah, so I'll have all of this stuff sprayed out Saturday. I'll be taking like all the videos of this and then I'll have it on YouTube probably in like 2 weeks after I spray it, within 2 weeks. I'm asking because I've had better finishes with 2-1 clear glass like finish. With 4-1 tends to get more orange peely look. So if that's you, then go with 2-1. Yeah, I'm going to be using for this little mini project. I'm going to be using the Tamco Speed Clear. I don't know if you guys used it. This is a 4-1. So I'm going to be using this 30-minute high-speed impact clear. Never used it. I'm going to try it. We'll see how that lays out. Any last-minute auto body questions, guys? Nice to see everybody on here. So I'll probably start streaming a little bit later. Maybe I'll go later. Evan, where are you located? Are you in Texas, bro? Oh, Big Island. Sweet. Yeah, I think I remember your name. So, all right, it's 33 minutes, guys. I'm heading out. I'll be on tomorrow, maybe later, maybe around this time, give or take. Tomorrow is already Thursday. Week is flying by. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. And I'll catch you later. Have a good evening, guys. Peace out. Have a good one. Don't forget to grab your free guide. Peace out.